It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And this one features your 2021 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase, as he's topped the 1,300-yard mark receiving on the year. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
From the home of the 2021 AFC Champs, there's a look inside newly named Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in for Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how to find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on some few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First play from scrimmage, Watson going to throw it. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. Here's Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Daxton Hill. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his 3rd season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From the 44, Burrow uses the stiff arm, and he's going to be taken down at about the 33. first down. Here's Burrow. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's second down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here we go now on first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So first down went the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as Graham opts now to return it. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And his throw here is incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Chubb will try the middle here. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. That's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Mixon with a first down carry. And some space here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to Mixon on first down. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On second down, here's Mixon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Mixon, and he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
The one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd and 7, Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Burrow will throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now it's Mixon running right. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. now Watson. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far. That's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And this will be a touchback as Graham opts not to return it. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. It's caught. Cooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Again, it's Watson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-0. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw is Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a party, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Following the fumble recovery, Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Mixing up the middle. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Browns. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30, only down at the 31-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Burrow now off the bootleg. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow rolling to his left. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd and 7, Burrow. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's a give to Mixon. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Bengals, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.